Hey, thanks for coming by. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to convince you guys right now to get driver assistant technologies. Yes, by the National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration. Now, driver assistant technology hold the potential to reduce traffic crashes and save thousands of lives each year. In 2021, they say that 42,939 people died in motor vehicle crashes. Now, many of those crashes were tied to human error. But if they had driver assistant technologies, this could have helped them. So this is what you need to think about when you're buying your next car, folks. Now, when you look at this diagram here, it basically tells you everything about the distance and everything that's in the way that's going to stop you from parking. And when you do come out, it also warns you of other motor vehicles coming your way and everything else. This is very helpful. Now, National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration has some facts about lives lost on the U.S. roads. Let's check out the source of those facts. Take a look. Now, this is, of course, they have a disclaimer. U.S. Department of Transportation, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and in the rest of information, exchange, and opinions, finding, and conclusions expressed in the publication, yada, 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 yada. If the trade manufacturers' names of products are mentioned, it is because they are considered essential to the object of publication and should not be considered as endorsements. Yes. Okay, let's look at the facts. The technical report. Title and subtitles, a review of the motor vehicle crashes in 2021. Now, the technical report provides an overview of the motor vehicle traffic crashes in 2021. There was 42,939 people killed in motor vehicle traffic crashes on the U.S. highway in 2021. That's a heck of a lot of people, folks. Now, 10% increase from 39,007 fatalities in 2021. Are, of course, 3,932 more people killed in traffic crashes. Yes. The estimated number of people injured on our roadways increased in 2021 to 2.5 million, folks. Rising from 28 million in 2020. Yes, in 2020. So there's a lot going on. But what does that say about driver assistance? That I do not know. But let's take a look. Let's take a little farther look in this particular article. Fatality Analyst Reporting System, Crash Report Sampling System, Vehicle Miles Traveled and Population. Product information, catalog, and vehicle listing, vehicle classification, overall trends, traffic fatalities and injury rates, police reported traffic crashes, people killed and injured in traffic crashes by person type, and 3 major behavior factors: speeding, alcohol impaired, driving, and seatbelt non-use. Of course, alcohol restraint systems, that all plays a part. Let's take a look and go in farther. Of course, this is like a 26-page article. And here, of course, is the figures. And these are all the pages that figure are mentioned. From 1 to 13. We'll skip down and we'll keep going until we get to the article. How does this all play a role? Traffic fatalities compared to 2020, up 10% overall. Rate per 100 million, 2.2%. And of course, the statistics go on and on. I'm just going to skip through it and try to get to the meat of this. Okay. This is a crash report sampling system. Now, this all gets all into statistical type of analysis type of stuff. The bottom line, in 2020, if there were less deaths, but in 2021, as technology moved, how many of those cars had these assistant driving systems? That's the good question. And what's the conclusion of the matter? Which I would like to get to instead of going through all the charts, the graphs. In 2021, an estimated 2.5 million people were injured in motor vehicle crashes compared to 2.28 million in 2020. The increase came after a statistically significant decrease of people injured from 2019 to 2020, which could be driver assisted systems bringing that number down. That's what we're assuming. You take a look at the graph, people injured, and then we take a look down here. NASS, GES, CRSS, what the heck does all that mean? Let's just skip to the meat. Police reported in traffic crashes. Only fatal in crashes increased in 2020. From 2020 to 2020, fatal crashes are not tested for statistical significance, but we will move on and on. Let's see, property damage and so on. People killed and injured in traffic crashes by person. The number of passenger vehicles, occupant fatalities increased by 2,411. That's a 10% increase from 2020. Passenger car occupant fatalities, large truck occupant fatalities increased by 186. Motorcycle fatalities increased by 426, 7.7%. Pedestrian fatalities increased by 823. And the list goes on and on. But let's see what the conclusion of the matter is. Because let's get to the meat of it. Who has time to read this whole NHTSA report? Let's look at this. The figures proportion of traffic fatalities inside and outside vehicles. Proportion of fatalities. Of course, you can see occupants of cars and light trucks, buses, and other vehicles. Motorcycle pedestrians and other non-occupants. You see 1975. And it seemed like the fatalities actually went up 2021 compared to 1975, which is a lot less. And tell me there was a lot less technology used. I really don't see the connection from driver assistance systems. It's not really making a big difference here. 3 major behavior factors: speeding, alcohol impaired driving, and seatbelt non-use. Okay. How NHTSA considers a traffic crash to be speeding related if any drivers in the crash was charged with a speeding related offense. Or if a police officer indicated that racing, driving too fast for conditions, or exceeding the posted speed limit. And I just want to get to of course, alcohol impaired, how that's affecting everything, restraints used in time of day, people killed and injured in traffic crashes involving large trucks, traffic fatalities by land use, urban and rural. And then let's try to get to the additional facts, demographics. We'll skip all that. We're not going to go through all that. State data. We're just trying to get to the conclusion. Did NHTSA conclude that driver assisted systems will help in this situation? We're already in the appendices, so they didn't really, from the report, there's really no conclusion of the matter that driver assistance systems would help. I mean, from looking at all this data and perusing it, you can say, there's really not. Actually, driver assistance systems are fine, but the driver is the one that makes the decisions. The assisted systems don't mean nothing if the driver does not pay attention to the road and actually, as they would say, govern all those assisted systems. Because sometimes the sensors don't pick up on things, and you see it and you can act. But a lot of these things, it appears to be alcohol related, being the one main cause of these accidents. But I don't see anything about the NHTSA saying anything about the driver assistance systems making a big difference. Large trucks. So there's a lot of comparison of data. I personally have a driver assistance systems in the past 2 cars. And actually it's really nice and it helps in some situations. In most situations it does, but there has to be oversight, otherwise they're useless. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. I just wanted to get some information on driver assistance systems. And do they really help? And honestly, it's not going to make a difference if you don't have it or not. And just stay alert and drive safe. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.